So this is the Monsgeek M1W and it was just released by Monsgeek recently, and it's basically the M1 but now with wireless functionality. And it even comes available fully built with keycaps and switches now. But the thing I want to cover in this video is the M1W really worth it? So let me cover what's included here first. The box has now more cool graphics on it as you saw. The keyboard comes with a hard plastic cover to keep the dust out alongside the usual stuff like the paperwork and some accessories in the box, which includes the user manual, a metal keycap puller, a switch puller, extra double shot plate mounted stabilizers, extra Teflon pads and an Allen key, a gold plated Type A to Type C cable that comes with a coil here, the 2.4 GHz wireless USB dongle, and a piece of paper for the tape mod if you want to install it yourself. If you are curious how heavy the final build is, it's right under 2 kg or around 4.25 pounds. The Monsgeek M1W will be available in black, silver and purple as a bare bones kit or fully built like the one I have here. Overall, as a keyboard, it's great. It has the exact same dimensions as before, but it's more refined now and has wireless functionality added to it. The pre-built version I have here comes with these gradient OEM profile keycaps that are shine through and the legends are on the sides. But I've also seen other keycaps with the legends on top available too. Mine also has the pre-loop Akko V3 Piano Pro switches, which are a very nice linear switch from my experience, and pretty good plate mounted steps that are looped too, and it also supports screw-in steps as well. The PCB is 5-pin hot swap and south facing, so there's no interference with cherry profile keycaps. But you may be wondering, isn't the M1W wireless, but why isn't there a button on the back or at the bottom of the case? So to access the switch, you need to remove the keycap here and then you can toggle it up to middle or down. So Mac mode is on the top, the middle is for the wired mode and the bottom is for Windows mode, and to connect it to the computer you just need to plug in the 2.4 GHz dongle given. Honestly, I don't like this at all, and it adds so many steps just to turn it on and to use it wirelessly. Plus, there's no space to store the 2.4 GHz dongle anywhere on the case itself. Alright, enough of me complaining. I'm not actually hating on the M1W, I just think that Monsgeek could have done a way better job at making this wireless implementation. Moving on from my rant, here are some things that are different from using the M1W and comparing it to the original M1. So the keyboard on top here with the switches is the new M1W and the one below is the original M1. The new knob on the left has the same finish as the old one on the right, but the new knob has more curved edges and feels much better in hand, and the mounting mechanism is now easier and more stable too. And actually the finish on the new knob is quite different when you compare it to the new case. I believe the knob is a little bit lighter and more shinier than the case. As you can see, the case is more of a matte finish here. Talking about the finish, the case here is more matte than before, and as you can see it does attract fingerprints much more easier, and I don't really like that. From what I can tell, the polycarbonate plate is still the same from the M1 to the M1W. Another thing is that there's only one cable for the daughter board in the M1, and now there's two in the M1W, one more to connect to the battery. The knob encoder itself has also been upgraded, so you get a metal one in the M1W, which has a really nice click compared to the black plastic old encoder. The PCB design is mostly the same, and the key difference here is just the on-off switch you get next to the caps lock key. One more difference is the hot swap sockets used here, so the old M1 uses TTC sockets and the newer one uses Cal hot swap sockets. Moving on to the foam given, it's actually different as well, so the M1W comes with Poron plate foam and case foam, and the M1 just comes with the more generic EVA foam. The bottom case is exactly the same as you can see, they just CNC'd a place to fit in the battery here. And there is two 3000 mAh cells here, making the total 6000 mAh, which is pretty good in my opinion. Another small change is the color of the golden pieces on the sides, and they have been updated to look more, I would say, saturated and golden when compared to the old one, which looks a little bit more bronze than gold. It's really great to see small improvements in the M1W, but before I get to my final thoughts on the keyboard, here is the sound test with the given keycaps and switches. So to be honest with you guys, the M1W is great for the price, and I like the small upgrades and changes included here, but there are a few things that make me don't like it. For instance, the differences in the finishes on the knob and the case, which looks really weird. Not to mention the spot for the on-off switch and the lack of a place to store the 2.4 GHz dongle on the case itself. These small things just make it feel like an unfinished or unrefined product, and it feels like Monsgeek rushed this M1W out to the market. But what are your thoughts on this? And if these things really don't bother you and you just really wanted a wireless M1, you can still get it. It's a good keyboard, and links will be provided in the description for you. So that wraps it up for this video, and thanks to Monsgeek for their support, and remember to leave a like if you like this video, dislike it if you didn't like it, and subscribe to my channel, or you can watch other videos I've done in the meantime.